This is our fourth session this week, and we are still on the sensitization and training of the Vocation Training Institute staff. And our program today, we shall have a presentation on the roadmap for AVR. Then we shall have some group tasks. Then we shall have remarks from BDC. And then after we shall have the academic registrar. So this is the program we shall follow today, and allow me to stop sharing and I invite Mr. Edson.
Mr. Stephen, before you go off, sorry, I raised my hand, but I'm not a TOT, so I will rectify that.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Stephen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Edson Nkurununji, the project manager. And today I'm here specifically to briefly, of course, give some closing remarks as we get through our final day, because at 9 I have another curriculum review meeting that may end way after you have closed this session. So I wanted to leave having given my closing remarks, but also a highlight of the roadmap, that what we intend to do. But we have a concept that we are yet to present to management, and I cannot give a detailed roadmap before we present that concept, but once it is presented and we have a detailed roadmap, then we shall share with you people. So allow me begin with a few closing remarks. And ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends, as we come to close of this dynamic and inspiring session, I want to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude. Your engagement, your curiosity, and your ideas have not only energized this workshop, they have laid strong foundations for the journey ahead. Over the past days, we haven't just talked about technology. We've explored transformation. We've imagined a new kind of classroom, a new kind of campus, and a bold new future for our technical and vocational education and training ecosystem. From educators to administrators, technologists to policymakers, you've each contributed meaningfully. Some of you created your very first immersive learning lessons. Others shared ideas that will inform the next generation of AR and VR content. All of you, and I mean this sincerely, are pioneers. Your participation isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of a movement, one that will redefine how we train our youth, reskill our workforce, and leapfrog traditional barriers to technical education. So since the launch of the AVR Cluster Center at UICT, we've hit several key milestones. Our AVR lab is fully functional, equipped with high-end workstations, interactive smart screens, and immersive content creation tools. We've onboarded over 1,290 users on the EON XR platform. And I believe since you have also been onboarded, the numbers are way higher than this. This is as per our last report before you people were enrolled. And about 1,000 localized immersive assets have been created on the platform. Partnerships with 60 plus pilot institutions are alive. We are identifying schools right from primary to higher institutions of learning. And we are happy that now we also have you on board. And that means that this number is also going to increase exponentially. So we are not just building a lab, we are building capacity, content, community, and above all, confidence in a future forward way of learning. So the short-term goals are clear. One AR VR course per institute, local champions trained and cultural aligned, but the bigger picture is even more exciting. As we are saying, by 2030, we aim to launch a national-wide virtual TVET campus, a fully immersed digital training environment accessible to every Ugandan student everywhere in the country. So, but this vision cannot be achieved by UICT alone. It will take your voices in classrooms, your leadership in institutions, your innovation in content creation, and your commitment to equity and excellence. So let's make XR, extended reality, not a privilege for a few, but a standard for all of us. So as we wrap up, I challenge each one of you, continue creating, build content, test the lessons, and give feedback, mentor and lead. Mentor and lead, inspire others in your institutions to adopt XR tools, collaborate and share. We are building a national ecosystem. Don't do it alone. Let's continue the momentum we've started here and take this movement into the heart of Uganda's vocational classrooms, workshops, and innovation spaces. Okay. So as we conclude, maybe I want to be sure that I'm communicating.
Mr. Edison?
Yes,
Okay.
Stephen, can you hear me?
Yes, now you're clear.
Unfortunately, I have kind of gotten out of the room. I'm trying to enter again, then my screen is showing me that the meeting hasn't started. So I don't know, but let me see how to adjust. Okay, you confirm again that you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, what I want is to you to let me know where you broke off from. Had I talked about since the launch of the AVR Cluster Center at UICT, some of the milestones that we have achieved?
You can start from there.
Okay, yeah, so I was like, since the launch of the AVR Cluster Center at UICT, we've hit several key milestones. Our AVR lab is fully functional, equipped with high-end workstations, interactive smart screens, and immersive content creation tools. We've onboarded over 1,290 users. But at this point, I want to acknowledge that now that you have also been onboarded onto the platform, on the EON XR platform, then probably we are somewhere like close to 1,400. Because I know we are approximately closing to 200 with you people. And we have also people, the innovators have been able to create more than 1,000 localized immersive assets. So we are partnering with other institutions, and we are aiming at partnering with the primary, secondary, higher education institutions and universities. And so far we have identified 60 But in addition with you on board, I believe we are going to increase this number of partners in this journey. So we are not just building a lab, we are building capacity, content, community, and above all, confidence in a future forward way of learning. So the short-term goals are clear. We want to have at least an AR/VR course per institute. Local champions trained in your own institutions, and then cultural aligned. But the bigger picture is even more exciting. We are saying by 2030, our aim is to launch a national virtual TVET campus, a fully immersive digital training environment accessible to every Ugandan student everywhere in the country. But this vision cannot be achieved alone by UICT. It will take your voices in classrooms, your leadership in institutions, your innovation in content creation, and your commitment to equity and excellence. Let's make extended reality not a privilege for a few, but a standard for all of us. Okay, so as we wrap up with today, I challenge each one of you to continue creating, build content, test lessons, and give feedback. Mentor and lead. You need to inspire others in your institutions to adopt the extended reality tools, but also we need to encourage collaboration and sharing. So we are building a national ecosystem. Don't do it alone. Work as teams, work as through collaboration and co-creation. Let's continue the momentum we have started here and take this movement into the heart of Uganda's vocational classrooms, workshops, and innovation spaces. Okay? So imagine a student in Guru or Kabale or Soroti who walks into a job interview and says confidently, I already know how to install a solar panel, perform a safety inspection, or configure a smart device because I have done it in virtual reality. Repeatedly. You are not interacting with any physical solar panel installation, but through virtual reality, you have installed the solar panel repeatedly, and by the time now you are faced with a physical solar panel for installation, you already have the skills in your head, and therefore it will be easier for you to be trainable, but also do the work without having a lot of hassle or any fear of causing any damage to a gadget that you are trying to install. So that's the future we are building, one where practice precedes exposure, where confidence grows before contact, and where every learner is prepared safely, affordably, but also effectively. Thank you all for being a part of this transformation. Let's go forward together and build the future today. So as I had already mentioned, as far as the roadmap is concerned, we were supposed to present to management yesterday a concept about the rollout roadmap, but we had a lot of agenda items and then it was deferred to another meeting. So we cannot give a comprehensive roadmap here, but once that concept is presented to management, then we shall come back and share with you the roadmap. But meanwhile, what we intend, for example, to have in the roadmap is that we shall be offering continuous refresher trainings and extensive training on the technology. And then those who will excel, of course, will get certificates. Then we also intend to visit the institutions, your institutions for rollout, and you will be our TOTs or change agents in the various, in your respective institutions or places of work. We shall then offer licenses to your institutions on rollout. And we call upon you to embrace the technology and be the change agents, and feel free to contact UICT for any engagements in regards to virtual reality and digital literacy skilling. We encourage you to empower your ICT labs so that they can tap into the opportunities from UICT. So this one, I can also speak about it, that as we identify which institutions we shall pilot with, of course, we shall be looking at the strengths of their computer laboratories in terms of infrastructure, both in hardware and software, but also the internet connectivity, as you might have witnessed during the sessions that you have done, especially in the creation of the virtual reality lessons. You must have witnessed that this technology requires some stable but also high-speed internet bandwidth. So as we shall be identifying some of the institutions that we can begin with, that will be one of the parameters that we shall consider most. So I want to thank you and for all the commitment you have exhibited through the 4 days we have been with you, but also to encourage you to be the change agents that we want you to be in order to foster this technology across our institutions as we embrace the technologies to enhance our teaching and learning. I say all this for God and my country. And I want to revert to you, Mr. Stephen Kaziba, as I also prepare for the meeting at 3 about curriculum. Over to you, Mr. Stephen Kaziba.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Edson, for the remarks. And thank you so much for taking your time off to come and share with us. We are really very grateful for all the support you are rendering to ensure that this program can run. Thank you so much. Dear
Welcome,
members.
I'm very grateful.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
bye-bye for now.
Oh.
I want to hand over to Simon. I saw Simon had raised up the hand. Flavia is also engaged with an assignment by the principal. We are expecting some visitors on Tuesday, and you all know that we are going into Easter holidays. So there is some documentation they have asked her to prepare so that it can be forwarded to management for consideration at short notice before we get into the Easter holidays. So I wanted to call upon Mr. Simon Sewamwe. Simon, are you on call?
Oh, yes, I'm on.
Yes, Simon. I think Stephen is going to again display the program. I think now we are going to item number 2. So he requested that you take it up from there and engage with the other TOTs to see how you can direct the class going forward. Thank you very much, Simon, for accepting.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, please. Yeah. Bye-bye.
So hope, Simon, you can see my screen.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
I can.
Okay, so that is the program we are running. So you can take over.
Okay, good afternoon, team. All TOTs, all protocol observed. We have a simple group task that we want to do. Each of us in our groups are going to come up with a draft. You're going to draft your institution's AVR plan. It's going to be a plan for passing on this information, this awareness of the AVR trainings, augmented virtual training. So it is simply a plan that each member is going to each group is going to come up with, and then we shall have it shared via Google Doc. Via Google, you share a Google Doc that you have created. Are we all familiar with using the Google Doc? I don't want to make assumptions.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if I okay, if we are familiar, then we need to request you to start working on this. Stephen, are we creating rooms again? So
Yeah, I think we can create simple rooms such that members can share the ideas, and maybe we can have each group come up with one document if you can have very many, and then maybe when they come back here, they can start sharing, but they will be guided by TOTs that will be in each of the rooms.
okay. So now the next step now is to create the rooms.
Okay.
Then we allocate everyone to these rooms. Then
Okay.
each of the TOTs will be in the room.
I think we have about, how many TOTs do we have on the call?
Should be, is it 4?
We have,
Is Ezra on? Yes.
okay,
And it is on.
Should be 6, in total.
Should be 6, right?
yes.
Okay, so please, when you see something will pop up and ask you to join a room, please
Okay.
join one room and
So,
let's work fast.
so Flavia, should you create 6 or 5? Because I'm seeing 5 on the call for now.
Okay, you create for those that are available, 5.
Okay.
The 5 that are available.
Okay.
Excuse me, our facilitators.
Yes.
Yes, this is Alex, and I'm requesting because anyway, some of us yesterday, anyway, we don't have groups like myself. I don't have a group. Can I request to know the way forward because I want to move with you? Thank you.
Today you'll have the group. Everyone on call will get a group today. But I don't know, you've missed a lot from missing yesterday's session.
Yesterday I never missed it. Only that I was in a bus in transit. I was traveling. I got anyway some pieces. I could just get some piece. But anyway, the noise was too much. Otherwise, I never missed everything. I got some few information, and I've so far anyway done something. I've done something. Like I've just made my experience. I've just gone through something. There is some work I have so far done, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alex. So, Stephen, we are waiting to join the rooms
Okay.
of Flavia.
Stephen, I'm requesting, as you're creating the rooms, I'm not going to be attached to a particular room.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, the gentleman was not able to pick everything. We posted the video for yesterday's session, and those who have just joined in today, kindly you can use those different the video of yesterday to catch up. But also we shall put some hints in the course of the session. So you can check on your screens, and then we join those different groups that have popped up on your screen. Madam Flavia.
Yes, please.
Yes, now I'm checking in room 1.
There is a,
I'm
he has
not
joined.
has joined.
Naftali Buluma.
Bulum.
Yes, Naftali.
Okay.
He's a
Buluma.
TOT.
Okay.
He should, yes,
Okay.
Buluma
He has
Naftali.
joined. Okay, that is okay.
I
Then
moved him to
two.
room 1.
Okay.
Room 2. Room 2 doesn't have someone.
Someone.
Room 2 doesn't have.
Samuel. Is Samuel
Room
Oponye?
3. No, doesn't have someone.
Okay, yeah.
Room
No,
2.
but I'm asking, is there any room where that we have two?
Room 5. Oh, there's a deficit. Let me first reach out to these people and see if they can join the call very fast.
Okay.
Ezra, are you busy?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, please.
I think I don't have a breakout room.
Yes?
I don't have a breakout room.
Okay. That is, what's the name?
Please.
Liz.
Yeah.
Asia. Liz.
Yes.
Liz, you have a room. I think because you have not joined. Liz, you have not joined room 3. What are you using? Phone, laptop?
I'm using my laptop. The pop-up came, but I don't know. I think I clicked on a wrong thing.
Okay. I've transferred it to room 1. Are you seeing something? Mr. Anthony? Mr. Anthony? Mr. Anthony? Okay. Mr. Chamber was joined.
Stephen, kindly take me back to room 1.
Hello, Kaziba. Hello, Stefan.
Madam Flavia.
So I'm wondering, is there a way we can capture attendance for particular groups in the breakout rooms?
Yes, I think we can do something.
But also,
Okay.
Naziba, help me and take me back to room 1.
No, like I crossed room 1, I crossed room 1 or joke, and allow me
There's
to
no
take you
instructor.
to,
Take
yes?
me to any room.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, I've taken you to, join that room. Madam Flavia, I had crossed that room because the instructor there was using a phone and the members do not share. So at least, but the other 3 rooms, at least there is some work being done.
Okay, that is good. I'm quite engaged for today. That is why I'm unable to participate. I'm trying, but it's a hassle.
Sorry. I think let me capture a screenshot for each group, then we shall extract the names from there.
That is cool. Thank you.
Nendo ngomutadde wange obusuulu.
Agenda mpapula.
Ate banani betwawulidde nti oli ku pulogulaamu yatusanyusa.
Naye ono Ntobo yatusukako. Tongo ne bw'omu
Members that have come in, kindly join the those who have just joined those rooms, we are using the breakout rooms.
Yes, sir. Please help me join back to room 3 because when I'm trying to join, I'm redirected to room 4, but I was previously in room 3, only that I got a network problem and I had to relaunch the meeting. Thank you.
Was that Bwambale Edgar or Bwambale Junior?
Bwampale Junior.
You said you want to move to room 4?
Room 3.
But it seems you have 2 accounts open. Then Bwambale Junior, where do you want to go? Sorry, Bwambale Edgar. Junior. Okay. Wanguzi, Wanziguya, Derek.
Yes, I was in room 4, but there was just music, nothing was there.
In room 4?
Yes, in room 4.
Have you just joined the training because maybe your teammates had been assigned something to do?
Maybe, of course, I've just joined.
It is not obvious because people have already joined. So don't say of course. Then Doreen.
Room 3.
Good morning, Flavia.
You're already there.
Good afternoon, Flavia.
Yes, Tinker.
Yes, we are back. Even electricity is back. We are set.
Ah. Being said, because they're about to close the rooms. Stefan, please guide. A TOT has joined us now. Should we get another breakout room?
Maybe we can send him to one of the rooms. And then maybe we may let him just go on checking out on different rooms.
Okay.
Okay, please let me do so.
Yes. Charles, Chris, Doreen. Is there a problem? Atuijukire. Which room were you assigned to before? Derek, what is happening? This room is not quiet. This is not a room. Bright, Sylvana, which room were you in? Or are you just joining now?
Madam Flavia. Madam Flavia.
Tom, Douglas, Lola, Derek, and Joel. Were you in particular rooms that you want to go back to?
Yes, I was
Yes,
in
Tom.
group one.
Group what?
Room one, room
Which
one.
group? Tom, that room one has not been operational unless you dropped off at the very start. Yes,
I
Lola?
wanted to go to the class.
Lola? Lola, which room? Yes, Douglas, which room were you in?
I was taken back to group.
If you can type in the chat so that I can read from there. Otherwise, Lola, I couldn't pick a word.
To be taken up to group 3. Group 3.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Group.
Then Derek, which group? Joel, Douglas.
Madam Flavia, kindly also put me in group 3.
Okay. Is that Douglas?
Yes, please.
Tom, I think let me assign you to any group and then you see if you can pick from there. Kule, Kafuta, which group? Christian, which group were you in? And then Joel. Kule, which group? Hey, you've just joined. Your friends are ahead. Okay, you'll see how you can catch up. Christian. Hey, Lola, you went off again. And you need to buy shares in MTN. Anyom Jerry. Anyom Jerry. Is that supposed to be one word? Which room were you assigned to earlier? Kazib, I'm wondering how long do we have until the groups get done?
I think, can we close that, giving them more 10 minutes, such that they can come back and present?
No, it is okay. It is okay. We can follow what you had guided.
But they have few minutes. I'm just wondering, I'm seeing another Kaziba here.
Isn't that you?
Not
I
really.
think you joined using two different devices. I also saw it.
I don't
Could
know.
be your cousin. Or a
Not
twin that you don't know about. I saw this Kazib. I thought it was you actually.
Not really. Not really. Madam Flavia, I've called them back.
Okay, please. But I'm going to leave you in charge.
Okay. Are you in
subject is
position to share the session?
To share what session?
Like to take one such that they can present from the different groups?
No, you're the boss of this. Eh?
Yes.
You're the boss of this. I'm leaving it to you.
Let's wait for them to come in.
Okay. But I think their TOTs will present the groups. So the TOTs will present the groups and present a member from their group that is going to talk about and discuss what they've discussed within the session.
Okay.
Pardon, we have just returned. Flavia, please. Pardon. We have
Mr.
just
Kazan
returned
is going
in
to guide further. Let everyone first join the main room.
Okay, all right.
We're just
all right.
having a small discussion amongst ourselves.
Okay. Not
Hi, welcome back, members. I'm seeing we are 70. We know you have really discussed a lot in the different groups where you have been. We are going now to share what we have been having in the different groups that we have been having. So we shall have the TOTs introduce the group they have been in, and then one of the members will come share the screen and then showcase what they have discussed within that particular group. Remember, our target, or when we went to the groups, there are certain things we expected because we have to draw a plan. We have to draw a plan on how we can have this AVR in the different institutes. So I know you have developed some roadmap and you have come up with different activities. So allow me to invite Mr. Anthony Chimbwe to tell us about his group, and then we can continue with a member from that group to present to us. Mr. Anthony? If Mr. Anthony is not yet
Well,
ready.
I can speak on behalf of Mr. Anthony.
Okay,
and
Andrew.
in our group, we discussed a number of matters. And of course, we discussed about the importance of the AVR and how we would plan to use it inside and outside the classroom. I have been in a room with a number of individuals. So I think I will request Michael to give us some of the opinions of what we discussed in the group and the way forward.
Okay. So our group, we looked mainly at the purpose. So you said, which you need to develop a purpose. Why are you doing the training? An example would be like to equip learners with effective AVR skills. Then you had to develop a duration of the course. You needed to find out how long will you take to do the training, probably 10 weeks. It's maybe in a school setting. And you identify the target audience. Like a school setting, you have to educate the staff and also the students so that they embrace it. The mode of delivery, we looked at a physical, because especially like if you're dealing with a student setting, you need them to have that hands-on experience with the equipment. Since some schools have computer labs, then that would help them interact with, for example, the EON platform for simulation. And if you have access even to the other VR equipment, then you can also have them experience that VR environment. Then you'd also come up with a training module. So you'd have to probably have What will you teach in maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks, the next 3 weeks? Things like orientation, maybe the student training. Then you'd also need to have assessments and projects. And to that, you really see, have they learned? Students picked up the information, and what's their feedback? Then to have an implementation, you need to, how are you going to implement the project? First of all, you have to present a proposal to management so that they understand what is this whole AVR about, how will it help your institution. Then you'll have training workshops for instructors or the staff, and also training for the students. That is briefly what I can say we looked at. And also maybe the other was the benefits. How you need to, as you're pitching your plan, especially to management, they need to see the benefits of the AVR. For example, in online learning, or how will it enhance students' learning to do practicals, for example. In the vocational, you're able to simulate an environment, maybe of repairing solar panels or installing computers, so they have more. They need to see the benefits, especially if you're trying to have a pitch to management. Thank you. Briefly.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Simon?
Yes, Stephen, thank you. We had a group of very attentive and very serious people, including Sylvia, Winnie, we had Brian, there is Okero, there is Fabiano, there was Sandra, Edgar. And Edgar, please, could you show us what we prepared kindly?
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Let me come over. So we are group 5 members. That is room 5 AVR plan for term 1, 2025. So this is just an annual plan that is taking us the whole year. And that is the introduction part of it. Then we have the purpose. Then below that now, here comes in the plan. So the planning is in form of phases, whereby in phase 1, we're having the planning and the initial setup, and that will take us a period of 1 to 2 months. So here, the objectives are those, the key activities indicated, the resources required, then the responsible party. Then, so these phases, we had to come up with 7 phases. And at the end of this table, we came up with what we call the deliverables and beneficiaries table. So, and they're also categorized under the different phases, like phase 1, which included the planning and the initial setup, the deliverable. Here, we are supposed to come up with a needs analysis report, and the beneficiaries at that point is the institution, the responsible person, that is the project manager, who in this case can be the institution principal, then the IT department. Then we have phase 2, we have the piloting the program, development of the program. And in this program, we have the initial, getting over the initial VR and AR content. Also, testing the hardware and the software. And this, the beneficiaries under this category are those, I'm trying to be quick to save time for other groups. Then in phase 3, we're having the training and content development, whereby now, having piloted the content from phase 2, then we are integrating the content here into the LMS and piloting it with selected students. And of course, those are the beneficiaries. We come to phase 4. Now here that the content has been piloted and some errors corrected, here now we have the full-scale implementation, what we call now the pilot rollout. All the learners are being involved. And so here we have deployed the VR headsets and the AR machines into the classrooms or into the computer lab. So here the learners are fully engaged. Then, so there is full implementation of the AVR-based curriculum. Then in so doing, because it is under the pilot phase, the feedback is being gathered and the beneficiaries here, all the students, as well as the instructors, retaining the feedback. Then phase 5, we're having assessment and interaction, whereby the collected feedback is being returned by the learners to the learners are picking the feedback, the comments, this is not working, this is maybe here errors, here it's good. Then we're having now the instructors analyzing the learning outcomes, where they are being achieved and providing room for improvement, then making necessary changes in the content and the technology. All the learners are part of the beneficiaries. Then phase 6, the institution-wide rollout. Now this is like now everything has been fine. Now we can have the project get to full implementation. So here we are talking about the expanded AVR technology and content training, fully enjoyment of the project in the school, then as also having a report on the hardware usage, as well as the integration of AVR programs across their other subjects. Because initially it will have come as an ICT-based course, but now we're saying that it's also been integrated. The other instructors of the different course units also come in and also employ AVR in their course units. So here the beneficiaries, institution, the instructors, all the students. Then phase 7, we are talking about the evaluation and continuous improvement, whereby we're saying that we need to have the AVR rollout evaluation report, then also recommendations in terms of recommending further improvements for the project sustainability of the project. Then here we also included some things, of course, the human resource, we talked about the technological infrastructure, the financial resources, then the critical resource success factors, then had to give the conclusion about our development plan. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Edgar. Thank you.
Welcome.
Steven, we submit.
Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Okay, can we go to Madam Annette?
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I like the presentation of the team of Simon. It's a good one. Thank you, even the presenter. Yes, I was in room 3 and had an interesting team as well. We came up with a strategic plan for rolling out AVR in learning institutions. John, are you set to present for us? The person who is sharing, you can unshare so that another person can share. Gambare Edgar, please unshare your documents and let's give provision to another person to share. Okay. John Ojok.
I've given room.
John Ojok.
Thank you so much, comrades. My name is Ojok John. I was in room 3. we had a very wonderful TOT who was actually leading us in how can we come up with a draft AVR plan. I used the names of my institution, that is Bobby Community Polytechnic. We thought it wise that at least a plan must have an executive summary, which we have actually indicated it very clear that this AVGR plan outlines a framework for implementing augmented and virtual reality technologies in Bobby Community Polytechnic to enhance education, research, and trainings experiences. The goal is to transform learning environments to immersive, interactive, and effective spaces that support innovations and practical skills building. That was the executive summary that we came up as a group. We also thought it wise that a plan must have a vision. So we decided to come up with at least a simple vision statement, that is to become the leader in immersive educations and training by integrating cutting-edge, augmented, and virtual reality technologies across academics and professional programs. Of course, in our schools, we have a lot of professional programs. We believe if we are to use the AVGR, we are going to become the leader in the immersive educations. Our strategic objectives is to integrate AVR into the curriculum across departments. We have 6 departments in our institution, so we expect that we are going to integrate AVGR into all the curriculums in all our departments. Another objective that we have is enhance experimental learning and virtual simulations. We believe there are so many we have courses that we believe that if we are to use AVR, it is going to support us a lot. For example, we have motor vehicle mechanics, which is going to support us a lot if we are to use this. And then also we went ahead and said, no, even building institutional capacity in AVR content creations and applications. Yes, of course, we know where the world is going. No one expected that it was going to be an AI. But of course, right now, AI it is actually in every other aspect of life. So we believe it is going to help us we are going to build the institutional capacity even in the AVR content creations. Another strategic objective that we thought of was is to foster innovation in research and community engagement. Yes, of course, innovation has becomes one of the government government is trying to look at innovation as another aspect of creating a lot of employment. So we believe AVGR is going to help us also foster innovation in teaching, research, and community engagement. Key AVGR applications. Yes, of course, we selected our AVGR applications according to the courses that we have. Let me start with architects and designs. Yes, it is going to help us. We also have students of building and concrete practice, which is going to help us to have a virtual walkthrough of buildings and blueprints. We also have students of welding, which is also going to help us to virtual walkthrough of weldings and metal fabrications. Engineering and techs, we have AR-enabled troubleshooting and 3D prototyping. Agriculture, I think that is the main course we have. It has so many students. We believe it is going to be AR-based farms equipment trainings, weather patterns analysis. We believe that if we are to actually have AVR in agriculture, we shall have AR-based farms equipment. For example, students can actually see how we can dismantle a tractor if in case there is anything. That will not be a physical tractor, but of course it is going to be AR-based farms equipment for training. We also had, number 5, we also had technology requirements. Of course, for us to have AVR in our institutions, we believe there are things or the equipment that we must have, or the tools that we must have. One of them is the VR headsets. We have MetaQuest, which we believe it is going to be immersive 3D experience. It is going to help us to have this immersive 3D experience where a student is going to be in position to see, the student is going to be in positions to see things in equipment in 3D formats. You can rotate, you look at behind, you look at in front, the side. Like for example, when we are trying to talk about building plans, you're going to be in positions to see the front view, the rear view, elevations view. So all those is going to help us using the VGR headsets. Then we also have AR devices like smartphones and tablets. augmented overlays for lessons. For example, if we have tablets, maybe like smartphones also, it is going to help us, it is going to help the students to be in positions to be following our lessons, whether being we are there or we are not there as instructors. Another one that we also looked at is AVR development software. We believe this is going to help us a lot in content creations. We know right now we are using the web-based applications, that is EON, but now we also believe that software alone, if we don't have it as institutions, it is going to help, it is going to be very hard for us to have this plan in place, or maybe this plan executed in a very good way. Then we are also believing that one of the equipments that we should also have at the institution is the high performance PCs. For example, if we are talking of PCs, we shall have the i5. We shall look at first of all, the core of the computers or the PC. That is, maybe we expect that we are going to be using the i7 PCs that has at least good speed, a good clock speed, and then at the same time should have a good capacity, maybe ranging from 256 SSD, and then maybe 4 GB of RAMs. It is going to be actually very good for us. The purpose of that is to help us under 3D rendering and simulation. And then we also say motion sensors and cameras. Yeah, of course, we know cameras are it is really needed for us right now for us to have this plan executed. And then we also need to have the motion sensors to have interactive movement tracking. And then our number 6, we came up and said we should have training and capacity building. We expect that if we are going to roll out this plan, or if we want our institutions to have AVGR in a very good way, we should organize hands-on workshops for faculty and students. For example, in our departments, we have departments and we have faculty. For example, if maybe we have chosen department of welding and metal fabrications, we need to have hands-on workshops with the students, and then at the same time with the staff in that department. For example, we have another thing that we also looked at is a partner with AVGR text providers for ongoing trainings. One of our main partners is going to be our institutions that is giving us the training as of now, because we believe as time goes on, we shall have changes in the technology, we shall have changes in the AVR, but then it is the text providers to help us to actually catch up with the updates of, maybe if there's any updates of AVGR in the system, so that it's easier for us to catch up. We also believe that we shall develop an AVR content creation program for educators. For example, if maybe we have chosen welding department, we shall actually develop at least content creations for the educators in that department, so that it is easier for us to execute our plan. Then we also looked at the implementation phases. We believe we want to have this done in phases, because we cannot do it at once. For example, we are saying we are going to take 1 to 3 months to launch AVGR in 2 departments. For example, ICT and health science. But of course, we believe whether being where we don't have ICT, or other schools might have ICT, other schools might not have it. But now we shall choose at least 2 departments that we shall start the AVGR launching from. For example, for us, we can say we are going to start with the welding, then comes to motor vehicle mechanics. So we focus on that for 1 to 3 months. Then phase 2, we are seeing, after 2 departments, can we go to other departments? So we plan for expansions, that is setup of AVR and lab, train staffs, acquire additional equipment. Of course, we expect that by this time, we shall be in position to train more staff. Using the 2 departments, we can still train more staff. And then even under phase 2, we shall, after the setup of the lab, we shall train the staff, and then we shall also work very hard to acquire additional equipment. That is within 4 to 6 months. We did not stop there, because the members were not sleeping. They were really thinking beyond. Phase 3, we said, no, we need to have integrations. We need to integrate AVR in 50% of the academic programs. We believe by this time, from the 7th month to the 12th month, we believe we shall have at least 50% of AVR in all our departments, in all our academic programs. For example, we shall have it in welding, we shall have it in mechanics, we shall have it in agriculture, we shall have it in all the departments. Now, in all our academic programs, we shall actually make sure that AVR is embedded in it. Number 4, for review on the scale, we believe we shall have to evaluate the impact, adjust the strategy, and expand further. Why are we doing this? First of all, we want to check what has gone wrong, what has gone well. For the last 12 months that we have actually been implementing AVR, so we shall use that to help us track where we can actually, the impact of AVR in our school. And then we can also change in strategies that didn't work well. And then the 8th, we have monitoring and evaluation. We shall use the students and the faculty feedback to improve implementation. Yeah, we expect to use a design template that students are going to give suggestions. Even the faculty instructors are going to give feedback using the template so that it is very easy for us to track. Maybe in mechanics, they're saying, no, next time if we are coming, we need to focus on the brakes and its system, maybe engine and its system, because they didn't understand very well. We need to have another content developed on that. So we shall use that. Then we shall actually assess academic performance and engagement levels. Yes, we shall have this assessment also using the design template, or we shall actually have some practical bit of it in every department to make sure that we get to understand the performance of the students using the AVR, and then we see how they are engaged in different levels. 3, we said maintaining equipment logs and usage and analytics. Yes, we believe we need to maintain our equipment in a very good condition. First of all, if we have 5 headsets, can we have the review of the headsets? Are they still working? The VR headsets, are they still in good conditions and all that? Friends, for any plans to come well, we must have at least an estimated cost. The reason why we had to use $sign, or we had to use the US dollars, we know we currently, as from the communications we have had from our trainers or the facilitators, most likely we might be ordering these things outside the country. So it is very easy for us to convert what we have in dollars to Uganda shilling in case it is sold in Uganda shilling. So we have said, no, VR headsets are going to be, we shall have it at 500 US dollars. We need 10 of them for the start. And then high-performance PC, we need only 5 for the start. Then AR tablets or smartphone. Friends, we need only 10. And then we have AVR software lenses. Yes, of course, we were told we might be provided. But of course, if we are not provided, we need 1. The lenses will actually work for us. We were told for 5 years, if not anything, if you have not forgotten. Then training workshops. We want to organize 2 different training workshops. So our workshops are also calculated in dollars, so that it is very easy for us if we are presenting this to partners who are maybe European based and all that, Europe based and all that. Then the risk management. We shall have high setup. I know we shall have high setup cost. And then that is why in our plan, we said we shall have these things in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, we shall have them in phase. Then we shall also apply for grants and government support to support us. We know government give other grants, government also support other institutions, like the way they have supported the UICT. Then resistance to new tech. Training is going to be one of the ways that we shall use to make sure that if there's any new technology that we have on AVR, to make sure that every instructor, every student understand the new technology on board. We shall also be creating awareness. We shall also have early pilot success. We want to have them on board. And then device maintenance issues, regular services and servicing and technical support. Of course, when we have issues with our headsets, we shall do the regular servicing and also technical support. Now, how are we going to get the technical support? First of all, I know at UICT, we shall have people who are giving a technical support to institutions like our institutions. That is going to support us a lot. In conclusion, integrations of AVR technologies at Bobi Community Polytechnic has the potential has the potential to revolutionize the way we teach, learn, and engage. With strategic planning, capacity building, and the right tools, we can prepare our learners for digitally immersive future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very, very much for that elaborate presentation, John or Joke. Over to you, Stephen. That was room 3.
Thank you so much, Madam Annette and your group for the wonderful presentation. I think we have exhausted all the 3 groups. I don't know whether Mr. Anthony has something to say, but I'm going to call on Madam Flavia to say something, and then we shall have a conclusion.
Thank you so much, Stephen, for coordinating this. Thank you, the learners, for this session, much as your educators elsewhere. I thank you for being an engaging class and participants, and your enthusiasm that you've shown in learning and gaining new knowledge. I want to appreciate our TOTs. I want to appreciate the TOTs that have done a very good job in guiding you guys, in showing you how you can utilize the technologies, drafting a way forward on how you can move ahead after here. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to appreciate Francine, who organized this, the members, the support team, Humphrey, the academic department led by the academic registrar, inclusive of our assistant academic registrar, Moses, and then our head of department ICT and the project manager, Edson. Thank you so much for organizing this and having us do this. To you, our learners for this program, I hope the knowledge that we've shared, a piece of it that we've shared, you can fully embrace and utilize it wherever you're going. Be the ambassadors, because we have to come to your institutions and you're going to be our change agents in those institutions. So you're going to lead the training in your institutions and encourage ICT clubs, okay? So that when we have opportunities like this coming up, you're at the forefront to lead and engage others in benefiting in these kind of initiatives. So just like our project manager guided earlier, beyond this, depending on how engaged and active one is, we are going to further engage in more trainings, and those trainings will enable you get certificates around the technology and how you can use it. But even beyond that, you can always reach out to see how we can guide and help or benefit from each other. It can be maybe you've organized a session and you need us to be a part of that to guide. Someone has commented something, and politicians are normally detailed. I'm sorry for derailing, but I found it funny. But let us be the change that we hope to see. So let us use what we've learned. Let us add more from what we've learned. Let's research and learn more on the technology and how we can apply it. I would want to end that with saying Happy Easter to all of you. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you so much, Madam Flavia, and we want to thank everyone that has joined the 4-day session. We want to thank you so much for sacrificing your time. The journey has just started, and there is a lot we are still learning. This is a new technology that is emerging, and good enough you have got the first dose. A lot is still coming. UICT is really preparing a lot for us and for our institutions. So always keep on the group, keep asking, and what you have obtained, please do not keep it. Now let's go and start acting. Let us start employing this technology in our classrooms. Let us start employing and sharing with our friends. Start building your experiences such that in the near future, you can be a champion in this field. This is going to be a very interesting field, and we want to ask you, please, so please, let's embrace the technology. Let's have hands-on. Let us create. Let us keep imagining the different things that we can do. We shall keep sharing with you the different opportunities we shall be having. I know next month we shall have some sessions at the institute. So we shall be calling upon some of you, all those people who qualify, to come and keep joining some of those sessions such that we can keep learning together as a team, such that we can develop as many TOTs as we can in the different parts of the country, but also empower our young generation that is coming. We want to thank you, and please ensure that you have registered yourself for all the sessions, and make sure that you have obtained an account, an email from Madam Flavia, and that now you have an account. Go on and explore what is on that account. There is really a lot that you can use in the different subjects that you do handle at the different institutions where you are. We want to thank you so much, and we shall end it at this point. We shall keep communicating on the group on the next steps we shall be taking, and there is a lot that is still coming. But before we end, I think, Madam Esther, you have something? I'm seeing your hand up. Esther Goretti.
Yes, thank you so much, UICT, for organizing this workshop. My concern is about practicing or imparting skills to our staff. For us to do this work, you have enrolled us to your system. We are using your workspace, but then the people whom we want to train, they are not able to use the workspace. How possible is it going to be for them to practice? Like if you're doing the training, how will it be possible for them to practice because they are not enrolled into your platform? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for the question.
Could I respond to that?
Yes, Madam Flavia, go on.
Okay, thank you so much, Goretti, for the question. And like we've been saying, we plan to enroll and to roll out this program. We have a number of licenses that we can give to institutions, much as you have been with us and we've been able to enroll you as individuals, but we plan to enroll institutions. So meaning, like we said, you're going to be our ambassador where you're going or where you're situated. So being that, you reach out to us as an institution and say, okay, my students are interested in this or this is happening, because we want to reach each and every one of you as much as possible, to do the most we can to see that everyone gets a piece of the technology, okay? And then beyond that, as we are also waiting for that, for the mass enrollment, you can also encourage them to have the free accounts, okay? They can create free accounts with their Gmail accounts. So you can encourage them to start there, and you're able to share the materials you've created with them so they can still access the content. I hope I've sufficiently answered that.
Okay,
You've answered. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Bujiri DC.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kaziba and Madam Flavia and the rest of the team. I'm coming next week to make sure I achieve the best out of AVR and the farming communities, because I'm working with them here. We have extension teams composed of people called community facilitators. These are young people that really are really in need of such services to develop farmers to understand. And so far, we've come up with some innovative solar projectors to promote, to extend its services. So AVR has just come in time, and I want to make sure everyone also gets some of these skills. So I'll be very excited to interact more and we achieve the best outcome. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm saying we have quite a number of questions. Mr. John.
Thank you so much, comrades. Thank you so much, Stephen, for actually coordinating this. Thank you so much, Flavia, for all what you've given us and all the TOTs. Yeah, I was having a request. I don't know if the possibility is there. If we can have at least one TOT that would actually be coordinating the northern region, because it is also, for example, imagine boarding all the way from Gulu to the institution, and then of course it is a bit costly, but then we are also expecting if there's a way that you can have at least one, if northern region can have at least one contact person, so one TOT, that is going to really be very, very okay for us. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. John. We are going to have different representatives. We are going to use the same approach we use for digital change agents. And in each of the 4 regions we have in this country, we shall have a representative, and we shall attach you to someone at the institute who will be supporting in case the person within that region is unable to offer the kind of support. And I know when resources allow, even we shall come to different regions across the country, and then we train different institutions, we train different people who will be the TOTs in those particular countries. But we shall have a contact person in each of the regions, and probably in case resources allow, in each of the districts we have in this country. So we are still in the baby steps of the project, but we are going to expand and we shall reach to each and every part of this country. Okay. Allow us now to end at this point. Thank you so much. We shall share the recording on the WhatsApp group, and we shall keep communicating via that WhatsApp group for any information and for any trainings that we shall be conducting in the days to come. Thank you so much, and allow me to wish you good Easter and happy celebrations. Those who are going in for the Holy Mass, we wish you all the best. Have a good day, everyone, and see you at a later